What up, homies? Welcome to Weekendwar. Hope everybody's having a good time. I gotta sign into my restream chat, guys. Oh no. Oh no, I have to solve a CAPTCHA. I gotta solve a CAPTCHA. I don't know if they need my R, but they have it. Silly. All right, lads. I gotta kill my ministry. Then I will see the whole world. This will be
infrastructure under attack.
This will be a 2v2v2, and that's epic. All right. I'm sure I can find my login. Ah, there it is. Jesus Christ, I just did a CAPTCHA to get to the point where I can put my Authy code in, and it's like, hey, you want to do another CAPTCHA? No, I don't want to do another CAPTCHA. I want to see my chat. Can I do that? Is that allowed? I've now solved 5 CAPTCHAs, and I'm still not able to see my chat, guys. Alright. Apparently there's no defeat trigger in this map, so... Let's see who wins the duels. Ooh.
Right away, sir.
Hey.
Orders received. Roger that. Right away, sir. Reporting for duty.
So, oh, vassals. Okay. Let's actually take a look at the game. So Luai is fighting against the vassal hordes. And by fighting, I mean he's being bitten. Oh my god, he actually sniped the Larvask.
Yes, sir.
What the fuck? I don't know what's going on there, dude. I'm still not in my thing, though. Alright, 6th CAPTCHA. Still not in my chat. Will I ever get in my chat? I'll be able to introduce my teams here as soon as I get in my chat. I'm in my chat, boys. Let's go. All right, so we got a team of, this is Jimmy, and who is this? Oh, this is 3Crow, right? Yep. So 3Crow is the white Protoss. No, he's the snow Protoss. My mistake. And Jimmy is the purple Terran. The snow Protoss is moving in to try to attack all of the Zerg here in the top right. This is Luai. Oh no, this is Char? Okay, yeah, it actually... No. This is Luai's base, but he's allied with Char. Charcoal is a different, relatively new contributor here. So it looks like this is 18 vassals. I can't group select because this doesn't actually have the proper witness setup. So it's 15 vassals. And they're doing the dance. They're making things happen. They're doing their best. We got multiple sprays being set up over here. I think Luai's on the right track overall, but it wouldn't hurt if he went for a couple of Izira cores. Meanwhile, we do have in the bottom team Rainarel as the Dark Sapphire Terran. He seems to have executed a bunch of Charcoal's various Quasilisks. Charcoal seems to be the Electric Orange Zerg. Oh, he's Pumpkin Zerg. And I don't even know. This is this Beastra Brown Zerg? No, it's Neon Carrot. I was never going to guess that one. Anyway, Rainarel is alongside the... It's not Glacial. It's not Maya Blue. Is it Electric Blue? It is Electric Blue Zerg, and that is Grass Eater, as you see here. So, cool. All right. We're on Svartalfheim, a map originally by Balethal. We got Jimmy waypointing a horde of vultures. This is remarkably on extra high latency, but single brain cell. So that's actually pretty impressive. This map doesn't actually have any ridges. No, there are some ridges in the interior bases. So going up to 6 lattice is 3Crow. We got plenty more where that came from. The vulture count is pretty high, I guess. The mech count overall, pretty high. Pretty good. Well, I had to say something about the network being impressive, and then here we are. Ridge cap is going down there on the low ground. And Luai's Hydras are getting melted here. The vassals coming in to continue threatening. Could have been a bit better coordinated, because obviously the vassals can run roughshod over the base once the ground army is done. Charcoal does have a bunch of quads here, so they're going to help deal with those vultures. One of these sprays does go down. That's the main one that was going to contend with all these vassals. So this is looking pretty good for our Terran Protoss alliance. They are going to be able to break through a little bit deeper. I'm seeing the vassal count here. I'm not thinking that those will end up staying, but the Goliaths are a real big problem right now. So that's a wrap for that Larvos just as it finishes mutating. A bit unfortunate. The vassals are indeed going to falter. And it looks like the Terran wants to fall back, so Jimmy will do so. What a rude boy. I want to be able to see his cash. All right, he's actually spending his money about as well as 3Crow is, so that's pretty good. We do have Rainarel gunning for the gas cap there. Terran C. It's also worth pointing out here, we do have the Nexus power field. That's pretty snazzy, I think. Yeah, I guess this map doesn't actually have the stuff that we would really want, which is, it doesn't have the witness mode when you lose your production structure or whatever. It's a little bit older. Or maybe it's an old version of the map, for all I know. I think Jimmy is prone to hosting old versions of maps from what I've seen. So Luai has expanded to the top right base. It's funny, this is not really a great map to show the new ridge caps, but it looks like Charcoal's going to go ahead and take that base. I haven't seen Charcoal play, so it's kind of interesting. He's got enough money to drop a... What do you call it? An Iral Iris for tier 2. I love the little campaign defense that Rainarel has achieved over here. Rainarel is someone who has not allied me, funnily enough. So I actually do not know how they're faring on the cash. I guess I'll send a message to Ray and say, can you ally me so I can see your stats? I do not see that right now. Okay, there we go. Now we're seeing. So the vassal horde is flocking, and they are going to head over here. I think that number of vassals is pretty dangerous, is pretty deadly. We got the 3 idols here in the backdrop, so that means that we're talking about 48 vassals flying across the map right now. That is no joke. Ski back scab on the way. We still have no Izira cores. I think the Quas Hydra combo might be enough to hold that. Maybe. There's no guarantee, man. Vassals can be a serious menace. And it looks like right now they're going to head to the top right where there are 4 Spraiths waiting. So that might be able to soften up the vassal stack a little bit if they dare to stand and fight. Which, you know, it's 3 crows, so he will absolutely just right-click on that. And then usually he doesn't remember to build other things. So let's see. He's going to go after that Hacharosk. And he sees 4 Spraiths, and he's going to dive on him, thinking yummy. No Kha'Zith'rith here. But hey, we got the Droleth regression. So there is that at least. He's like, oh yeah, I guess I can remake it. Oh, there's a 5th Spraith here. This one by Char. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's thinning the herd of the vassal count, you know, pretty nicely. I would say he went down by like 15 vassals there, and now the Hydras scramble to try to help withstand the horde, as some of these Kagrins are indeed remade. A couple workers do end up burrowing. Kind of an interesting caveat to the Droleth regression is if the structure is in the middle of mutating, you don't get the Droleth back. I think that's kind of neat. I don't know if we'll keep that. That might be perceived as a bug by some. So he actually doesn't realize it, but he could have dove in on this single Spraith with the remaining vassals and kind of ignored that damage to suicide for worker picks, but he would have just probably forced a burrow in retrospect. He doesn't have a witness with him. So, you know, it's all right. And now he's adding Stargates for Aurora spam. We do love to see that. I do think it's so thematic that we finally have the Nexus power grid. You can go ahead and add Wardens there. But, you know, that one change might have made Protoss absolutely unapproachable in the early game for 1v1. So we'll see about that. Figure that out. Now, back down here, Grass Eater has achieved the Muta stack. He is going for a very high number of Mutas. It looks to me like he's only got 7 Hydras. So we subtract 7 from his 73 count of units, and that's how many Mutas he may have. I say may because I can't guarantee. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of Izira cores out here. So I don't know, it's probably like 40 Mutas, 50 Mutas or something. That's way more dangerous than 40, 50 Vassals. More lattices on the way. Auroras, by the way, when they suicide after they take fatal damage, will detonate splashing air units. So the head-to-head... Oh, no. The head-to-head on that is not nothing to be scoffed at, right? Like, the Muta stack is definitely dangerous here. All right, plenty of Hydras moving forward. I like Raynarel's army overall versus the Zerg. I'm mostly scared about where the Mutas end up going. But there's another mech push being fronted here, and I still feel like what I'm seeing out of this... What is he TYing about? Ah, the gas cap from... Yeah, you can harvest from your allies' gas caps, so that's pretty big. Putting the Sentinels up. Looks like a random minimap ping went there. I think that might have been top left team. Yeah, Jimmy might have been signaling for an attack on this place. There's lots of Hydras, but not much else here from Luai. What's he planning? What's he... His Iral Iris is in the top right, okay. Kind of figures that stronghold won't be breached later on. He is taking another base in the top right. Char has mostly focused his forces down to the 3 o'clock. That is not necessarily where you want to be. The Hydra stack is going to engage. As the idols come out, that's a lot of vassals deceptively in a small area. No splash damage yet for our Zerg player. So he might need to call upon his ally for support, who already has tier 2. Okay, hats off to Char. He's got a good stack of forces over here, but they're not in the right spot to help with this push. The upper team definitely fighting against each other more, you know? It kind of sucks to be the top right team because you're in between the others if you're just going along the horizontal and vertical axes. So this engagement looks okay for Luai. He does have a lot of Bactylisks on the way. And Jimmy's being a little bit reticent to push forward here. I definitely think that 3 Crow, if they both moved forward together, had the right idea about this. That's a bunch of vassals going down. Some Izira cores come out at a good time, but I still think that they're going to be able to breach this position. And just as Char decides to go ahead and pinch off some of his forces to help out, Reynaril's going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that. The Muto flock is moving through the map, looking to carve up, I think, the Protoss player in 3-Crow. I don't think that he'll be making it out of this one alive. Potentially a little bit rough. Jimmy's got so much money as well. A lot of our players have a pretty heavy bank. Now, Char is going to reinforce this position with lots of Hydras. I love the Cyclops count, but it does feel like it's dwindled too low to really make a big difference here. Maybe up here in the top is definitely something that might be helping out there. And yeah, the mech player is going to fall away as a horde of mutas arrive to start dealing with this Nexus, and they will do so in just a few hits. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of mutas there. Where's the splash damage? The Auroras were being made. I don't know quite where they may have gone. Oh, they're already on the front line with these Zerg. So as the mutas come in and start erasing this position, yeah, I think this has been enough to really shut down 3-Crow's capabilities. Now, he has a good bank. He does have this base set up so he can try to reinforce that later. Panoptises are going to get mostly erased by the Muta Horde. He needs to get those Auroras on location and try to suicide them with that splash damage. The Lattices are just being erased, and these Mutas are not stacked up very well either. So it feels like this is bad news bears for 3-Crow. He needs to get his Auroras on top of the stack to actually fight. He's trying his best to, you know, just deal A-move damage to them, but that's not going to be enough. If they were on top of the Mutas, they would have just suicided and probably killed a lot more. Meanwhile, more Mutas flowing over, fighting the Cyclops and the Goliaths. It's not going to be enough to dissuade them from pushing deeper into this territory. We got some Blackjacks out, but the Atlas is only halfway done. And my boy Jimmy, you're going to get eaten like grass. Mulched. Oh, the Mutas are feasting tonight. Where does that put us? Raynarel has taken the 3 o'clock position, but I think our top left team is mostly out of it. Now, as we see, you know, 3-Crow's going to go ahead and drop a pocket Nexus just in case he can rebuild later on, but he doesn't have that much money. You can see him putting down some engrams. Would love a Crucible somewhere as well. For now, Grass Eater is sort of hemming and hawing about attacking. He went through to finish off the Terran mech force. We have no splash damage coming out of these Fulcrums. It's all Blackjacks instead. The Atlas finishes, but it's at the worst possible time since nothing can really be done with it. Needed to see Madrigals, needed to see Cyclops, something like that, but it's not quite happening. Now, a big force coming in on the top right. Char has set up a nice little concave here, but is it going to be enough? We got Cyprians, Ramses, and Cataphracts. It's a firing squad here, just non-stop laser bolts hitting the poor Hydras. They're going to reconvene, but there's no flanking opportunities available. Luai moving some of his units off to the side, but I don't know if it's quite going to be enough. The engrams and Lanifex have been erected at top left, so I don't think that the Mutas are going to have as much purchase, but realistically speaking, we need another Remax of Zerg units to clean up this mech force. A lot of the Cyprians did end up falling, so it's mostly, yeah, all the Ramses are gone too, so it's just the 8 Cataphracts over here. They're going to be doing their best to shell through. Of course, the network not quite holding up as well as we would have liked, considering this is single brain cells. But hey, it's just as I say that, you know, I mentioned it and the network was reminded of that. So there you go. Well, the Cataphracts are definitely enjoying themselves. A big old stream of blood there. The Mutas are going to flock over here, and it feels like the bottom right team, basically they've entertained top right, who have been kind of sandwiched between attacks, and then the Mutas just come in here, and they have erased the top left team for now, definitely setting them back quite a bit. Jimmy has so much money. We'll see if he ends up being able to spend it as he's moved over to a base around 9 o'clock. That's going to be an evisceration of what Char has. He doesn't really have any splash damage for the air stack. With Luai's help, he should be able to rout the Hurakan reinforced Cataphracts. But look at the kills on these, dude. That is so many kills. Very cost efficient. And they've bought more than enough time as the Mutas start to come on in. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, this is rough stuff. Grass Eater's been allowed to get to 10,000 minerals, making nothing but Mutas for now. Does he have tier 3? He is halfway through tier 3. We don't have the usual replay UI because I haven't been given witness mode correctly with the triggers, but that's a wrap for Char's base, it looks like. I mean, he's still being pushed on. Yeah, reinforced Cataphracts coming out as well. The Durandal's going to soak up the damage and push into the circuits. My eco unsmiley face as Grass Eater just mulches him, and not good. Not good. Now, what does Luai do in response to this? He's got his tier 2 done. Blue-Eye has not that much Vespene, actually. No gas caps in his main. Nothing in his natural, if you want to call it that, or his third base. And his fourth base has the Escagant, but that's it. Just the Ridge Cap. It looks like, I don't know where the Mutas went. Oh, okay, they flocked over here, and they're just kind of moving off. I think maybe Grass is thinking about managing the other player or moving into the top left again, but it looks like right now he is indeed going to see if he can cause some havoc over here versus Luai. And do I need to even say it? Yes, he absolutely can. He still has a ridiculous amount of mutas. There has not been any anti-air that splashes, so like no Skithra cores have been made, and even that would be a tough ask here. You need a horde of Bactylisks and hope that the mutas don't just stand on top of them. And they say mutas are bad units. Just make more. So some skiths have been made. Again, I feel like you need way more skiths than what you've got right now. Yeah, they're just going to get torn apart. I mean, they pick a few of them off, but it's not that much. No Spear Tiths either, so no multi-target. The Iral Iris getting nuked immediately here. That is pretty rough. That is pretty rough stuff for Luai. He is not going to feel very good about that. Top right base has been cleared. Raineril pushing up, and I feel like our top right team, they are facing elimination for real. What do we got down here? We got mantles, we got gas caps. So Jimmy going into cataphracts. He definitely wants to grab some... honestly, you don't necessarily want katas versus the mass muta. Like, they're okay. They'll help out a little bit. What you need is you need the Ramses because of the kinetic penetration. Now, that being said, we've got engrams over here, a third one actually coming on. Like, by the time Raineril and Grass Eater finish mulching this place, it still will be, not an even game. They're definitely favored if you look at the base count that they have. Raineril taking the 3 o'clock is a... It's definitely it's a plentiful base, a bountiful base. Got him. Tosgrilisk's on the way. No way. Oh my god, it's an Azigrazant. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Well, Jimmy is making bold proclamations. Oh, look at that. Luai did manage to put a Spire down. And when you get the Mutat Spire down, you can't go Sicrilisks. They will splash. So actually... I mean, he's fighting the Terran. That's kind of a problem here because the Mutas are where you want the Sicrilisks to be fighting. You want something else to deal with the Terran. There's not really anything else to deal with the Terran with because of the... Oh, look at that. We do still have a hat. So that's interesting. I wonder who player 2 actually is. We'll check our logos there later. Maybe it's Raineril? It is. Well, everybody said it was player 2, so I guess Raineril is out. But don't worry, he's surplus to requirements right now. Unless all those mutas get yoinked. Where are the Tosgrilists going? Okay, they're going to clean up the last base there. Is that... No, that's Luai's base. I think Char only has a couple of... Yeah, he only has those Quas. So that was the last of units that Char had. All right, well, the mutas may first find the engrams here. There's been a horde of Lanifex being made. Oh boy, splash damage. Splash damage versus air hordes. What does 3-Crow do as this attack comes in? Oh my golly, gee willikers, man. That's a lot of dead mutas. Now that's satisfying. Yaha! Raineril's going to go ahead and disrupt this mining. So all the Sicrilisks are burrowed. Oh, there's the disruption field. It's beautiful. Gorgeous. Now, the problem is if these land effects go down, the Tozgurlisks will reign supreme. I'm not quite sure what Grass Eater is doing right now, though. Yeah, all the land effects are dying. That's actually pretty rough. Okay, the Tozgurlisks were heckling this position. Haphazardly moving forward. Uh-oh. Trying to dodge that engram. He could have finished that one off, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. Rainerill's going to go ahead and finish this position. He's pretty much dealt with it, so that's fine. Luai's still technically alive, has one hatch being made. Oh, meanwhile, Jimmy's killing grass. That's pretty funny. Devastation has struck my men. My brethren. Jimmy with the backstab. I still think this is too much for 3-Crow to deal with, though. Like, he's got the engrams, but yeah, that's a wrap for his Stargates. Wasn't quite able to finish the job there. Now, this one engram is going to get a lot of cost efficiency. Oh, okay, so Grass does clear that position. He had all those Lakers. He just wasn't really paying attention. So he has lost a lot to this one unit because he wasn't really paying too much attention there. Okay, now he's just going to fly over it. Okay, there you go. I was good. No. Okay, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But he clears that spot. The Raiderill's kind of stomped over that position. There's plenty more mech units where that came from in theory, but I don't know. Okay, there's... 3-Crow's idea of protecting himself is that. Okay. Well, Grass Eater has a metric fuck ton of money. Like an absolutely ridiculous amount of cash. So, don't know what to make of that. He's got his gas caps upgraded. No, that's a good idea, actually. Use the Catas, especially on the high ground. That's definitely going to stop you from doing anything. I mean, 3-Crow has no units, right? That's kind of the big problem here for 3-Crow is he made all these engrams. He ain't got no men. Well, Rainerill's still going to go ahead and stutter step into it. He's got units coming in from the back end as well. The Durandals will be somewhat efficient. Oh, Grass Eater found the one Nexus there. Yeah. Unfortunately for 3-Crow, I don't think it's really going to matter too much. Now, there's still a horde of Luai Sikralisks over here, but he's slowly building back up into it. I mean, Rainerill will definitely be able to finish him off later. He's got Iron Foundries out. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear here. Bottom team wins. Bottom right team wins. That's a wrap for the engrams for the most part. They'll get one more Cataphract kill on the way out of the door. But the Nexus is not long for this world. Top left was remade at some point, or no, it just never finished. It was never finished off. Jimmy is still active on the map, but I feel like as soon as combined forces kind of finish him off, you know, that's probably a wrap for that. Even killing his unpowered engram. Unbelievable. The wiggle is occurring. Dude, Grass has so much money. Obviously, Char is out, so we can't complain about that. Wait. Am I dead? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what he wants. It doesn't help that there's the trolling. The trollage is off the charts right now. Poor Luai. He will never rebuild and never recover. I wonder what the missing piece is. Because we definitely have less instability, but it looks like there's still at least one decent kick. One annoying thing is that we haven't gotten rid of all helpers. So. Well, I was looking around. I did not find really anything of significance. The 12 o'clock Nexus. As close as he could get to the top of the map. I don't know if Jimmy can actually get through all the static D. Go, Jimmy, go. Robot cops. Well, Ray has constructed nanite assembly. Will he do something with them? That's another story. Ahmed! Get him, Ahmed. Do I want that or do I want it on a weird mode? We'll do Faction Wars. It's almost exactly the same. It's got a couple of different things. Oh, I see. I actually have to close my client. Then host. I feel like I should probably do DBC, actually. It's in double brain cells on release. Oh, I actually that is probably an issue that I have. I feel like for some reason I have this weird issue where it won't let me host, and I don't know why. You shouldn't need to update release. There was no update. If it gives you a progress bar on launch, that's just because it's checking for an update, not because there is one. It doesn't say checking, it says updating, but it's not actually updating. Closed slot. This is unable to join. Are you on double brain cell? Did you select that when you went in? We're on if you go back to like the multiplayer menu when you first go multiplayer, there's Crown Link and then there's Crown Link double brain cells. You want the double one because that will reduce the network lag. There you are. All right, lads, I'm gonna play. I'll be gasless Gary. Oh. Oh, I thought I had another sneeze. Alright. I'm gonna just go vanilla here. I can't get gas anyway, so. I actually forgot it was this mode anyway. Funny. Shambler's in his garage. What's he doing there? Also, what's up, Patrick, if you're still there? And Lucy. You guys want to see something epic? Did anyone spawn near me? Yes. Oh, it's the AI. I don't have to deal with that. You. Can't believe the AI didn't even cancel. Finally, I can spend my money. It's too bad I spawn next to the AI, because I really like when the AI fucks people up. This is just Faction Wars, but I'm normal. I guess I'm not exactly normal, though, Biddy B. Yeah, I can't quite say I'm normal. I have access to a hidden secret. Hidden secret strat. Very mean, dude. Well, yeah, you can't use a fucking challenge code in tournament play, that's for sure. As long as Balefall doesn't attack me where I don't have any units, we're good. Oh shit! Verified O_O moment. Can't believe I'm being bullied. No, my pool. Did I remake that? Oh yeah, I did. I never had aspirations to win. I only had aspirations to be a meme. I think I'm succeeding so far. Oh my god, he won that fight? No way. There's no way, Jose. Oh, he killed my other ship. Piece of fuck. Fucking you, bro. Because I'm... Oh wait, no, he sniped my fucking pool. This is bad. Oh, I still have this. Dude, am I alone on this fucking mainland with this guy? I could have canceled that, admittedly. Why would he do that? I think he's gonna lose this guy. Nah, he's probably gonna get it off. Oh, sadly I could not make those in time. I was too bad. So, I actually am alone. Like, it's only Balothal on the island. I think it's actually over. I did not have enough money. GG Balothal. I had 3 resources remaining. That's it. If I had 3 more resources. Yeah, Z gets workers back from destroyed structures. It's like regression down to the Droleth. Tier 3 on the way. So will Balothal realize where his enemy is? Because he's got the Empyrean out. You know, there's a bunch of Sundogs on the way. Making more Empyreans. I forgot to be a degenerate. My name is Gasless. I can't. Flanking on multiple fronts. I mean, individual land effects will not solve that problem. I think the Empyrean had a few shots off. Well, he's actually clearing this side. They were pretty wounded earlier. Wow. Very bold. Hey, I helped kill this Seraph whenever it dies. Oh, he attacked this one. No, he's not going to see it. He's walking into it. Oh my god! Well, it only killed a bunch of zealots. Oh, he didn't need that scribe. It's fine. See ya. I like how he just leaves his zealots in there. Oh! Devastation. Sundog's planning to attack the main. He's not gonna get hit with a nuke. I wanted my game. No, you didn't. Oh, it's devastating. Okay, so Balethal is getting run around by the Sundogs. This Sundog count, he could just kill everything, but Raineril wants to run the victory lap. This will be his FFA that he wins. He's got 10k minerals in the bank. He's going to drop a missile launch on the Argosy. Lose the Sundog to a land effect. Oh, no! Oh, damn! He almost got all the Lannies. Oh, that's brutal. That is disgusting. That is absolutely vile and eviscerating. Oh my god. Oh, it hurts my soul. My soul burns. So, let me get this straight. Balethal went Order of the Sacred Saber. That's why he's got that advisor. Yet he made no adherence. Like, what? That's like the main... That's the factional difference. So that's really, very funny to me. Meanwhile, Raineril's over here as Nidus Trinity. And he also made no stockades or fail. Yeah, he has no stockades, no fulcrums. They just wanted it for the advisor, you know, the different advisor. That's all. I think between this and the next, what do you call it? This and the next big release, I'll try to work in like custom advisor variants for the factions in a few cases. Okay. The zoning nuke. Yep. Oh no, he flew his land effects through that. His rallies may have been off. What does Balethal want to do? He's got a lot of minerals, but not a lot of SP. Oh, he's wounding the land effects. He's being parried. I don't know. The 3 Minotaurs coming are going to be pretty... That's going to be a rude wake-up call there. I love the idea of tailing the Minotaurs with Talos as well to repair them. That's pretty sick. Wellbore's on the way. See the sieve in full effect over here. Blue Eyes just out here talking about wealth investment, making 5K a day, crypto, Bitcoin, AI. I don't know. I don't know enough tech bro nonsense. Well, Balethal took over my old main, but I did kind of strip mine it. Look at this nerd. Look at this nerd getting Vespine gas from a geyser. What is his name? Not Gasless Gary like mine? Nerd. Look at that nerd getting gas. All right, there he is. He's repowered his gateway. Fuck you, Talos. I'm a Lanafit. Ah! Oh, there he goes. They are just sitting there in an arch. What are you talking about? I love that. I just now saw that. That's pretty good. Second Argosy coming. Just in time for the A move. The victory lap is concluding. Nidus Trinity should have a tier 3 Daedalus named Rubicon. Have their Daedalus named Rubicon. Rubicon's an interesting mythological reference. Could be, could do. Inserts. Don't insert the dominance. Oh, no. No inserting. That's illegal. Alright. Man, this is so confusing. Well, I guess that's not that confusing anymore. For a while, we had Grass Eater's Discord tag thing was just a bunch of numbers, and now Black Iris also has that, and they also chat. So when I see those numbers, I think it's grass, and then I double check, and I'm like, oh wait, it wasn't grass. That's a good one. He's sending one Minotaur to each base on the map. He'll find him. Balthal's got a lot of money, but he's just scouting. He's oh, dun 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 dun. Oh, eviscerated. Sitting in a hatch. He's got his zealots. He has this one exemplar over here. He could waypoint the exemplar over here and attack stuff. Well, there's a bunch of dead Zethicors there. I don't know what that was about. They were green? Oh. And the only one left was Rainero. Can you believe that? Oh, let's do... I'm gonna host, but I don't think it's gonna be there, so we'll say... I don't know if Rainer still wants to host it, but if he can. It's just your account name is what gets displayed in the restream chat and not your display name. It's not really a problem. If more than one, if more people continue to do that, then it will be confusing. But for now, I'll just remember it. The CEO of Health. Oh, okay, reason. So he's gonna die first. Is that what we're saying? Okay. Like if we get like 5 people in here, that I'll use that. Grass Eater did do that for a while, and now he's not. All right, I will say, for anyone who is watching the stream, obviously you should mute the stream because I'll be talking about what's on the screen. If you're in the game, you know, if you're in the game, mute the stream. Looks like we are about ready to go. And start, well, don't need my since I am respect. They can start whenever. Ah, yes, I agree with the coffee stream bot. If you want to donate towards epic stuff like what we're going to witness right here, right now, then you can do so. And it will be beautiful. See, there it is. Appreciate that. Makes it much easier now. Alrighty, we'll go around the board here and get my camera hotkeys set up. Roger. We've got Luai as the Neon Carrot Zerg. He's in the top left. We have 3Crow as the Jet Black Protoss in the top right. We have Grass Eater as the Electric Blue Zerg in the 3 o'clock position. Down in the bottom right, we have Raynarel as the Dark Sapphire Terran. In the bottom left, we have Balathal as the Alice Blue Protoss? Or is it Maya Blue? I'm going to say Alice Blue. There you go. Maya Blue's a bit deeper. And we've got the CEO of Healthcare, also known as Charcoal. He is the Red Zerg in the 9 o'clock position. So, we actually got 100% color guessing accuracy on that. Let's see how this FFA goes. This is an FFA on the turning game mode, and the map is Antechamber, a port of Anti-Hunters that I did myself. We've got the, of course, the Jet Black Protoss here, 3Crow. He is going to be going for Lattice openers. Now, Grass Eater is pretty close to him. So when you scout this versus 3Crow, you absolutely need to go through and do some gaming. You need to do some anti-air gaming. So we'll see what ends up happening here. It's a Hydroth opener into a Larvosk for Grass Eater is what it looks like to me. Hey, hi. Quit eating my grass. Just start making a Hatrosk right there. Oh, double on smiley face. It's a very chatty lobby. So we have Luai going for Pool into Larvosk. He's also right next to... he's also right next to 3Crow. He's going for his triple lattice. Oh, Simulacrum is the first unit. I was definitely expecting air. So, why so mean? Ah, corpse. Zombie. All right, over here we have the Pool coming out for our Charcoal player in the 9 o'clock. Grass is expensive to maintain. So we only have one Terran here, actually. 3 Zerg, 2 Protoss. Well, it's a bit risky, a bit ballsy, but Raynarel is going to go ahead and double stockade into an expand. So no Vespene harvesting for him just yet. He's got a very optimized mineral-heavy build order, so he wants to get that early eco somewhat safely. It's going to be a sim spam out of 3Crow, so it's not going to be vassals as previously predicted. We got a second Larvos coming for Luai as he's gunning it with his Quaz spam, if you will, his Quaz opener. What's Char doing? He's not a believer of the Larvosk opener right now. He's going for the in-base hatch into, like, Pool Zorkas. We're not sure what this Kagerant will be yet. We'll keep an eye on that. The triple gate from Balathal. No sign of an expansion for him just yet. He's keeping his money pretty low. Gas cap for the Ridge already coming online for Grass Eater at the 3 o'clock spot. I believe he's the first to do it. And the Ministry is nearly complete for Raynarel as he puts down his second anchor. He's being very defensive. 3Crow is being very AFK. He's dropping an anchor around his Nexus. He's very cognizant of the threat of getting air stomped. That did happen earlier in Winter War. Weekend War, excuse me. So the third hatch is coming. This is a Spraith, funnily enough. So there you go. And we've got plenty of Dracodons out here for Balathal. He could try to pressure... I don't think he could really do too much to the Terran here. I mean, anchors are definitely easy to repair, so feels like he would be fine. Who else could he pressure? I mean, Grass is a bit vulnerable, no doubt. It's 3Crow's next move. He's got quite a bit of money. He could go for an expansion. I think he might be partially distracted. No, he's just going to be campy around his double engram. He's like, hey, look, I don't even need to build a pylon. So I won't. Hydra's down on the way for Luai. That's how he's going to customize and augment his Quasilisk spam. That third hatch almost done here for Char as he's getting his expansion. Not quite on the money there for the placement. They'll need that third worker on gas for saturation there. Dracodon count is continuing. A couple Zealots there as the expansion comes online for Balathal. Good to see him still keeping his unit count up. He got second place in the FFA that just preceded this. Eskagant nearly complete for our Luai. So, our Neon Carrot Zerg in the top left, he is going to go ahead and benefit from the Ridge Cap as well. We do have some gas mining now for our Bio player. Raynarel still rocking the Mass Stockade. The first battle has been joined with a bunch of Simulacrum. are going to go ahead and be fostering additional simulacra for Luai to deal with his quads, but he does have the right answer, the right unit count. A Khaz'trith was made by Char. That's kind of interesting. I don't think he knows what it does, because it's not really a great spot for it. But now he knows. And we have the... So Grass is going to go ahead and get his natural up. That's definitely good timing for that. A Zealot from Balothal reveals the bio, and... well, that wasn't too significant. He's just kind of sending Zealots around to see where the enemies are. I don't hate this. It definitely works out pretty well. It does add to the zombie pool, so we're going to start seeing those zombies rotate around the map a little bit. Do some things. Do some antics. Balothal has killed a worker, which is not bad. He's also going to reveal Luai's position. I don't think... The one problem here is that he doesn't get, like, any structure vision scouting on either top right or top left. So... That does mean, I mean, he sees, I don't even think he saw the Kagra with the Zealot there, so, yeah, Balothal is going to know sort of where enemies are. It's going to be up to him to remember. He can't just look at the map and see it. Bit of an engagement here with Sim Idol being the raison d'etre here for our Protoss player. Certainly what he's prepared so far. The Hydras are melting through, though. This is definitely benefiting him. I mean, remember when the Sims turn into a corpse, the Idols get their projectile blocked, so not exactly ideal there. And so that will be a mulch in favor of the Zerg player. A bunch of Wardens go down on the front lines as a fourth lattice has been erected. We got pylons all over the place. And a Matrix to boot. So if a counterattack comes in, 3-Crow could be in danger, but Luai doesn't want to stray too far from his natural. He only just now got it up. Let's check in with the other players. Stargate coming online for Balothal, about halfway done. 2 extra hatches. You can tell that Char is he's definitely a Brood War player. You know, he's got those hatches in there. That is pretty good. Rainerell's still rocking with his bio. He clears out, I don't know. Actually, oh, that must have been a zombie unit. I was going to say there's no corpse. That means that it was a zombie unit. Extra hatch and Grass Eater's base. Looks like Grass might be going for the... I mean, it's pretty typical for him, but he's got enough money for the tier 2, and it does come down. The fastest tier 2 of the lobby so far. Oh, that's why Luigi is favorite. Yes, indeed. Well, it looks like Luai is going to be gunning for some kind of change. And I don't know. Stammed Mavericks are going to come in and try to help out. I think the Huracan count is high enough that we can see some damage to the Striders, but I don't think Rainerell should be sticking it out over here. The corpses alone are going to turn the tide in favor of Balothal, and his army was already winning. Yeah, he killed a couple of Drakidins, and you know what they say, when Mavericks kill Drakidins, donate on coffee. That's what happens. It's so rare that you will definitely need some time to work out all your funds and see how much money you can give us. So lots of money in the bank here for Balothal, Rainerell, and Grass, the latter of which did just spend it down. Char grabbing yet another hatch, keeping his money pretty low overall. He's got a lot of Hydras. Gas cap for the Ridge there for Luai, adding a lot of Larvosks to the tier 1 expenditure. Still no tier 1.5 nodes or anything, so he hasn't evolved his pool or his den. Tier 2 on the way here for Rainerell, and he's adding a lot of Covenants. He did cap his his Ridges in his main and natural. No third base yet on the cards for him. We're going to see a bit of a first contact, perhaps, with the zombies. What is it? I don't know what exactly Char is doing with that. He could just A-move, but, you know, he wants to be cheeky with it. Gas caps galore for Balothal. He's going to grab his Sedan and his Aquifer at the same time. Remember, Protoss do not have tech requirements for their structures in the same way that the other races do. So it's a lot easier for him to just go for his tier 2 gas cap, so to speak, as well as his tier 1. Luai pushing forward, clearing out a few things here on his way to the Protoss base. He doesn't know it yet, but 3-Crow is the only player in the lobby to have not expanded just yet. Grass thinking about setting his sights on a third base. Spawn-wise, I think he has a pretty good shot at it. Of course, Char is going to go ahead and egress towards his own third base, it looks like, once he clears the way from all the zombies. The zombie Quaz has BTFO'd that watchdog that was floating over. Might see Rainerell take a third as well, but it's going to be, just as he was first to take tier 2, Grass is going to be first to take a third. Not too shabby there. Looks like, yeah, we're pretty soon going to see the same thing happen with Char. Now, at the same time, Luai is trying to dive in here, and I do not like that move. You definitely don't want to be charging in and die into the chokehold there. So a lot of Hydras just got added to the pool of zombie units that may or may not be hatched. Speaking of, we got lots of mutas coming here for grass. Plenty of minerals, not so much on the gas. That being said, he has capped it in the main and nat, so he's going to be looking pretty good for that. If he gets a third base up, I actually don't know who can step to him right now. That being said, he can't exactly kill 3-Crow with all the static defense. Hurricanes are engaging with some Savants on their penetrating shot mode. Eidolon's in the back line helping out as well. Remember, when you throw chaff at your enemy, they reconstitute as zombies in this game mode. And that is basically going to clear the Hurricanes and the Zealots at the same time. Eidolons are doing their best to snipe individual Gladiuses. They've switched on to Power Siphon, and they nearly finished the job onto that last Gladius. Not quite, but all's basically out for that. So, okay. Hydra Zero Core charging forward here from Luai. He's doing his best. We got a bit of a Gates of Hell setup here in theory for 3-Crow. And you. Yeah, exactly. Zori, you. All right, fourth base and third base at the same time here for Char. He's actually distance mining a little bit. Got a couple Gorgs out, got plenty of Hydras. Qua's looking nice. Plenty of saturation happening at the third base here for Grass. He has capped it immediately. He capped it preemptively. Could go for a fourth base himself. These middle spawns can take over the middle of the map pretty nicely. I'm nuking. Oh, okay. You're a Zerg player. You can't do that. All right, Guildhall's under construction. Okay, Raynaril is going to be dropping those Olympians. I had a comment, actually, semi-recently asking where the Olympian went. And it's because when people get Guildhalls, they usually end up favoring autocrats. But no, Raynaril will supply them. Raynaril will supply them. We got the Spire and the Alkagita. Okay, we're still not sure about the stack of mutas. Okay, it's over here. It's only 14. It's not the most significant number you ever saw. Idols are trying to hold the line, but there's no static defense operational here at the natural, so it looks like 3-Crow may be blown back here a little bit. This is an opportunity for another player to potentially change things up, but they haven't been too active. Now, that being said, Balothal is going to be moving in to try to attack into the Terran position. And the Mutas are out on a hunt with 30 of them. There's a couple Phalanxes and Sentinels here. The Olympians are going to get. Let's see if they got enough here. There's plenty of Eidolons as a sniping squad. Remember, the Zealots kind of have a second life going for them. And the Gladiuses are going to be drawing their fire onto the Phalanxes. Oh, it's not quite enough to spare them, though. The Savants end up shredding them. So it's just Drakodins now, and you do have to start falling back. The Mutas, meanwhile, I think they were pressuring somewhere over here. Maybe they've fallen back. Did they die? Oh, they went to attack Balothal. Their colors are pretty similar, so it took me a second. They end up going for the natural. Did they raid the main? They did not. So it looks like now they're going to be lost inside the ocean of watchdogs that is going to help clear a lot of those mutas and wound a decent number of them. Oh, he's found the Olympian and the Eidolon stack as well. So he's down to 25. I think at some point he might have reinforced. Otherwise, he only lost 5 of them. Luai has forced a destruction of that Nexus. It was finished, so no cancel for 3-Crow. The fights will continue until network performance improves. Okay, so I think overall, yeah, we're seeing a bunch of backdills be made by Grass. He's going to start getting pressured by Luai. This should recover the mutas. I don't even know where they went exactly. Oh, man. Oh, they all died to the engrams. They all died. That might actually be it for Grass, because he has nothing to defend himself. I thought I saw them fly over there towards 3-Crow's base. Bad timing indeed, as now Grass is surrounded. You can see Luai, a more experienced Zerg player, perhaps. He takes his Hydras and stuffs them right in the grill of the Bactylisks, removing any attempt at them getting an extra bounce. So that's a wrap for that third base. Does he have any remax coming? Bunch of Izira cores, okay, well, that's something. Certainly a horde of Sikralisks as well. Well, Char's been left kind of on his own. He's up to 4 bases, still no gas cap, still no tier 2. No, he has it. He just hasn't really leveraged it just yet. I know he's unfamiliar with the project comparatively. He's our newest player in this lobby. The knowledge check might end up proving too powerful, but we shall see as a horde of mutas of Luai's own are going to swing over. The Sikralisks are out. This could actually be an anti-timing here. Oh, the Barghests and Vassal squad. That's a hit squad that's destined to break buildings. Barghests give you more armor pen, so the Vassals will be able to deal their full damage. First thing they go after, the only anti-air source in this side of Luai's main base. His mutas are now engaging Charcoal's forces on this side of the map. This whole area is a bloodbath, and Raineril's about to make some more of a mess inside Balathal's natural choke. Grass Eater's natural is all but gone. And even though there was that skirmish, the mutas have to fall back because look at 3Crow go. He's gutted the base over here. He's cleared so much. No production left. The Iral Iris will be focused down, and Charcoal is going to mop up what Luai's army had over here just so he can finish Grass Eater off himself, I think. Meanwhile, Raineril has engaged down here in the natural of Balathal. Our Protoss player attempting to make a stand versus the Cleric Olympian Eidolon stack. I think there might be a few Savants in there as well, but he's got his Exemplars for splash damage, but they're targeting the chunkiest and most tanky targets of them all, the best, the Olympians. And during all of that time, the mutas do end up coming in and trying to clean house, but it's so slippery. 3Crow goes after the third base, and Raineril's Terran is breaking through. I think Balathal might be up. Yeah, he's about to get shipped out, and yeah, that's pretty much it for him, I think. I don't see much of a way out for him. Now, Charcoal is going to be moving into a different direction here. He's not going to finish Grass Eater off. Will Raineril give Balathal the same grace? Or is this a wrap for our Protoss player? The 3Crow harassment continues. He picks yet another Hatcherosk, and that will be a little bit rough there. Some mutas actually getting drawn into Charcoal's fourth base is going to force him back just in time to catch a few of these vassals. It's not really the end of the world there for 3Crow. He can replenish them. But remember, he's only on one base. He has not expanded behind this. We've got an Acantor out. It's a great idea. You need about 5 more of them at least to try to hold this ridge. The Eidolons can pick it off, and they do. Oh, they might have still made it a little bit expensive there. Some Zealots coming out for Balathal. No other Acantor on the way, though. Doesn't quite have the minerals. Has plenty of Vespi, but not enough minerals. He's depleted in his main base. Very rough there. Looks like this mineral line got cleared out. Idols come out just to see what they can do. They could actually try to wipe the 45 mutas, but it looks like that would be maybe a little bit difficult for them. Raineril's back at home macroing up, making sure to continue leveraging his tier 2 position. Has not capped his gas in for his geysers, right? And Balathal has to concede. He calls GG, whether he leaves or not. Oh, it looks like he will. Maybe he can spectate the stream instead. So he will be our first victim of the lobby. But remember, 3Crow only now taking his natural. Is it really going to be enough? Now, here's the one thing that you got to point to. Luai has gone for the air stack. Does Charcoal know what to make as a response? He's so new to the project. He just has a horde of Hydras. He hasn't made Bactylus. He doesn't even have the tech for them. In fact, I don't think he's made a tier 2 tech structure just yet. So still learning. He's got plenty of units. Not quite enough to make things happen. There's a horde of Lakes, some Sicrilisks and Iziracors. Grass Eater's got all these other units. Looks like that Olympian doing a little bit of a jig. Needs a stop order. And Raineril is just going to continue smashing through this position. Well, what else do we got is the question. The mutas, not quite enough to finish the job there. The zombie Rillarook cores are going to need a second there. A couple of his Lakes end up getting picked by this. Oh, look at that, though. That was pretty good. That was not too shabby. 3Crow comes back in for the sweep. Is it enough? The mutas are off to the side. They have to get scrambled over here. He was hugging the top strip of the map to get this far. He snipes the hatch again. What a disaster. And, you know, he's going after that Calcure Lake. Doesn't quite finish it off. It would have regressed into a pond anyway, or a pool, depending on what was made. Not the most defensible position here for Charcoal, it must be said. He's still on tier 1 units. 20 Lyrilisks here for Luai, but can't quite bust the Protoss position. Raineril looking like an early contender. You know, you had to say Charcoal obviously had way more money, he had way more units, he was looking very good in that respect, but I don't know. I mean, I think Luai's going to drain himself trying to kill 3Crow off here with all of his idols to splash so many of the mutas. He trades a lot of mutas for that Nexus, but he still has 49 going. And unfortunately, the zombies are going to make this even harder for his opponent, so 3Crow not quite able to break out. Now, Charcoal's going to get engaged upon, and I think it's going to happen at the same time as those mutas are swinging in for another swipe. Now, the Olympians are just absolutely mowing this place down. The Eidolons and the Clerics are here as well for support. There's so many Eidolons, guys. You're talking about almost 40 of them, while the Olympians stand tall. It's a 16 count. There's no detection as the Lakizilisks go ahead and burrow. He's got to stand on top of his enemy's units in order to make anything happen here. Oh, it's absolute. It's just a. It's a massacre. That's the real turning point there. There was no detection. He can get his clerics out. He can get his eidolons out, but his Olympians have been pledged to the front lines. Toll the bell, my friends. He's still kicking. He's still actually got plenty of power there, but remember the detection is also still there. Meanwhile, we've got 47 mutas swarming around here for Luai. We don't have any splash damage for Grass Eater. He has his Sicrilisks, but he's not been able to really build much else yet. He was set pretty far behind, losing his third base and his natural, basically in one fell swoop from multiple players. Can someone attack Luai? No. The problem is he killed his tech, but he never killed his eco, so... And he never established a nexus. 3-Crow gonna go ahead and try to negotiate. Now, Raynaril saved his Eidolons, I believe, right? Yeah, okay. This big stack of 40 Eidolons are over here. Adding a Kafralosk. See if he figures out what those do exactly. Do they have tier 3? I don't think so. Raynaril has the gas for it, but not the minerals. He's only now taking a third base. If he was able to chain together a bunch of military victories, he might have been able to just effectively win the game from where he was at, but not quite right now. We got 47 mutas swarming out. The Sicrilisks are up there. Yeah, they're going to clear out those Barghests. That's the main thing that you got to watch out for. If Grass Eater pulls out with those, that's one thing, but... Oh boy, the Gorgs are here. The Gorgs are here. Not quite enough. Not quite enough. The Teth Zorakor-based army here for Grass Eater. If it gets on top of enemies, it'll work out, but... Sicrilisks are going to try to deploy. They're not quite able to get any shots off versus all of those mutas, though. That would be the juiciest of the targets. Barghest comes down here and sees... okay, see ya. What's Raynaril doing in the meantime? While all this is happening. It's just pumping out the units. Keeping his minerals low. He has a few madrigals. He's gonna need more than that, but... That's a terrible idea. Barghests had to flee for their lives as more road galleries are constructed. The poor Olympian. I wonder if he can stop command it to fix it. Hi, you have nothing that attacks air. Oh. Hello? I thought they were allied for a second, but no, he just went... He just decided to kill him. Okay. That works. I love the Droleth scout at this time. Tier 3 on the way for Luai. He's had to rebuild his node. I think twice, actually. I don't think 3-Crow was lying about that. Mutat Spire on the way. The Sicrilisks are going to try to clean this up. I don't quite know if it's going to be enough. Look at these Lakes burrowing over here. They're going to help 3-Crow out, you know? Oh, he's going to get on top of the Sicrilisks. They are falling faster than the mutas, but they have definitely paid for themselves. Look at that muta count falling. Meanwhile, Raynaril going to step forward. He brought his detection this time around, and I don't think Charcoal is going to be able to stop him. He's still basically at tier 1. And oh my god, the mutas have turned into zombie mutas, and they're killing everything in Grass Eater's base. Meanwhile, oh my goodness. Those firing squads are supreme. 26 Lakizilisks are in production. That's the most I've ever seen at any one time. 3-Crow coming in to try to snipe this base, but it's overcome with zombies. Well, the front line is mostly taken care of at this point, but what I'm seeing with all of the Eidolons, that's pretty cool. I think they're just going to go ahead and snipe the rest of them. Yeah, the lake has come out, and it's not looking too hot. The Ant Seal for detection. providing cover, providing vision. The snipers need nothing else. It's a meat grinder, a mulcher. What would have been Grass Eater's 4th base just got cleared out, and he's suiciding all of his units to charge forward and kill 3 Crow as penance. He secured his path in, and he's gonna take him out with him. Where is his tech? Where's his production? This is his last hatch. If that hatch goes, oh, so too do all of the Zerg units. This is all he has, and the zombies will slowly avenge him and execute him. How much closer will 3 Crow come to utter annihilation? Oh, there it goes. He's been defeated. And 3 Crow holds on. Only barely. What a hype moment. Luai's got so much money. He's not got any tech to spend it on, apparently. Rainerell's still pushing forward with a horde of Eidolons up to shut down that 4th base. Slowly grinding his way towards Charcoal's 3rd. We got more units streaming on him, but I think it's just insufficient. Luai made a token round of Zethicors, but I think he needs to find some other way of using his money, to be honest with you. I am denying your help. The zombies are eating that hatch. The zombies are eating Rainerell's 3rd and his natural. The mutas, they killed the madrigals. No way. That's beautiful. I can't believe that Grass actually died to zombies after Luai sent all of his units in there. That's pretty impressive. Here comes the horde of Zerg. They will not be stopped. There were no static defenses that were reestablished. He's got 1 warden and just a couple of bar guests, and that's about it. That's all that stands in Luai's way. So the showdown is going to be Luai versus Rainerell. And with Rainerell struggling to keep his natural going, and his 3rd being entirely overtaken by zombies, I don't think Rainerell is going to be able to hold here. Depends on how much more of his army gets mulched by what Mr. Charcoal is able to produce. I'm kind of impressed that Ray just kept the units there. I would have thought he might have fallen back, but he doesn't quite want to. His 4th base is still going. His natural can be reclaimed and restocked. The mutas are finally going to go ahead and fall. And he's going to continue his onslaught. He shut down both active mining bases. Oh, Charcoal's going to throw the droll that's at him. 3 Crow has been run over. Steamrolled. We got Excitralist pairs coming out as well for Luai. His tier 3 fully in effect. As he descends upon the carcass of the 3 Crow. Goodbye, sir. Well, GG's. I'm pretty sure Luai's going to take it from here, but we've got probably one more big fight in us. Technically, Charcoal is still alive, but not by much. Looks like his sprites killed Luai's Awfuleth. I don't know what exactly it had in him, but am I winning? Nope. Luai selected too many units. That's so sad. No, you're still in the game, Charcoal. Rainerell's gonna clean you up. Rainerell will win just from that. I'm going to count that as 3-Crow killing Luai from the grave, you know? Vengeance. That's it. That's a wrap. See ya. So I think it's pretty clear Luai would have won that game. But, you know, Raynarel technically win. He won the last FFA. Now he can win this FFA. We just need Raynarel to reset here. Finish him off. I mean, what can Char do? He's only got a little bit of money. He's got 0 APM. He's just awaiting death. Couple of trolls. Raynarel has stood tall against the zombie hordes that threatened to execute him. Very good. Can't even leave my base. Hey, you got this one worker out here. And a Hydra. How'd that Hydra get there, dude? I think he thought I meant that one. I was talking about this one. He hasn't noticed it yet. Or he's being good-mannered. Though with the name of the CEO of healthcare, could he possibly really be good-mannered? Well, that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Luai definitely wins this one, but come on now. Raynarel managed to... That's a wrap, boys. GG. GG. That wasn't bad. I dig that. All right. I think we want to do another one, but we want to... let's see. Oh shit, Arbuz is here. So we got Arbuz, Raynarel, Grass. Hey, GG's Char, thanks for hanging out and for playing. Hope you enjoyed. We do this every 2 weeks, but obviously people play games all the time. It's just we meet to do like these silly events that I stream the casts for and whatnot live. We do that every 2 weeks, so see you soon. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a 5-player FFA with 4 humans and 1 computer, and it is on the Uprising game mode. We've got Arbuz Budesh as our Brown Protoss. We've got Balethal as our... Is this Cyan? I guess so, yeah? Cyan Protoss? All right. We've got Boron Enthusiasts, the Red Zerg. This is an AI. We've got Grass Eater. He is our Jet Black Zerg. And we've got Rainaril as the Dark Sapphire Terran. I hope our players were keeping tabs on where those spawns came in. So far, we've got 1 near Balethal, 1 near Arbuz, and 1 near Mr. Rainaril. Actually, that's the second one near Bale. Ooh. Yeah, the spawns get pretty intense, as the chat points out. But hey, Arbuz is here rocking with double gate on his Nexus, so there's that. Same for Balethal, actually. He scouted the stockade. He's going to go ahead and make a Zealot just to keep safe. Grass is going to have to contain himself there. Gone for fast military. Our AI here has already started an expansion and has gone into Hydrith following it. Luckily for the AI, there's no Uprising spawn immediately near it. Second Fulcrum here for Rainaril, so he's going to be rocking Vultures. Going to lay those mines for defense on the homeland. There are 2 entrances on this map. This is Magmaticus. I made this map way back, a 5-player FFA map. Oh my god, they're after his workers! They're killing his workers! No, Arbuz! Oh my god. If that... Oh, wow. Oh, he still gets 2 kills on the way out. That's brutal. Just absolute devastation. Well, Grass has found a spawn. He's going to have to deal with that. Looks like the Zealots have not gone exploring just yet. Oh, the Savants are here. They're here. They're both going after this one Zealot, but one of them is body blocking it, which is pretty good. The Phalanx. Impressive. Well, so far all is well in the world. Yeah, when the Acantor spawns kick in, it can be pretty devastating for sure. As you can see, the Uprising AI is not the smartest. Doesn't need to be super smart when it can just be a menace. Ooh. Well, the Bactylisks are on the way, I think. So he's going to have to deal with that. He can deal with that with the Draconans. No expansion yet for our Protoss players. Obviously, our Zerg has expanded. Both of our Zergs have expanded. Nothing for Rainaril just yet. He's still... He's running around with Vultures. He's just clearing out a bunch of stuff. It's like these little mini quests, you know? Ooh, dead. He's hunting for it. He's like, where the fuck? There they come. The AI was... They were going to expand here, and then... Oh, no! The AI has found the Acantor. Well, luckily for him, he's fine. He clears it, no worries. Oh. Random lobotomy mine from Ray. First player on player violence. The Gazithalor has arrived. Arbuz is definitely going to have his hands full here. Oh, good micro from him, though. He doesn't lose anything just yet. So most of our players here are busy dealing with the AI, but a horde of vultures is about to descend upon Grass Eater. He's got 8 hydras in production, but he's definitely not going to be liking his odds over here. He's going to lose a few workers. Some of these vultures do have mines left over. We'll see if they end up bothering to do anything there. The wounded hydras are going to get destroyed. No static defense operational. What you really want to avoid is the vultures attacking the Larvosks, but it looks like the flank has come out. The vultures will end up being overrun. Ministry coming online here for Rhaenyra. Got pretty good cash to splash. He could drop an Atlas if he wants to. And Balethal continues hunting. The AI could have maybe threatened him there, but as of right now, they are still just kind of wiggling around. They haven't found the Ardent. The Ardent must be across the bridge. Meanwhile, Arbuz is doing a micro trainer right now, dude. Avaleth for the mine. By the way, as we speak right now... Oh no, the Savants are moving in. Yep. Engorged Rakor. So much for that one. Iral Iris on the way for our Zerg AI, going up to tier 2 now that he's got his 3rd base. Not great saturation at the 3rd or 4th. Doing okay otherwise. The vultures are being pushed back. Some Cyclops are going to trigger those mines up top. That could potentially cause an issue for Rhaenyra as he's kind of being split up there. But the Avaleth ends up escaping. Some Rillisks have arrived to sneeze at these poor Droleths. Will they get a kill? Not quite. Not quite. They were very, very close, though. Static defense is going to go a long way to help Balethal out there. As these Drakodins are continuing to get stuck, they're like chasing side quest after side quest up here in the top. Oh, look at that. Our first base casualty from the uprising. Definitely causing some troubles for our Boron enthusiast. Almost lost the Larvos. Not really. Oh, look at that! Look at what we found! A Star Sovereign has arrived. Yeah. So that's going to be difficult to deal with. The Crucibles in the middle of the map are getting attacked by the neutral hostile. You love to see it. Very amusing. Yeah, I think Rhaenyra's starting to get the right idea. If you build some production structures and really any structure in a general area, you'll end up being much better off. Oh man, this is brutal. Our poor Boron enthusiasts, they finished tier 2. They're holding off their army count as a result, and look at this, they're getting stomped by a single Monument of Sin. A single Star Sovereign. Zephyr cores are going to clear that up. So far, the AI has kind of just been absorbing pressure. It hasn't really been doing too much to endanger our heroes, our humans. It tried. It did try its best. I think Grass has some feeling of good vibes with the Zerg AI, so he's like, oh, all right, I won't attack that. Ooh, the Star Sovereign has returned, and it is displeased. Hydra Stack out here trying to deal with the few units off to this side. Meanwhile, the longer the game goes on, the spawn rate increases. A Schizocore has arrived. I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh boy. You know, it's getting close to the total amount of health it needs here, I think, so... I don't know, we'll see about that. Glassing would do it well there. Finish the job. Rainer being held at the pass. There it is. Goodbye, Zerg AI. I knew you well. Absolute cinema. Alright, so the Nathracors are here. Grass just narrowly missed that development. Yeah, there's no coming back for a Zerg, homie. That is a wrap. Grass is a lot of money, though. His Anthracors are kind of moving all over the place. Diving onto these Gezzies. I'll only lose a few workers. The vassals get one more on them. There's like one grand library spawning a bunch of Amaranths. It's just really taking a very long time for these Drakidans to do anything about. Alright, soon Arbuz will presumably have to fight a real player. But for now, he's secured himself a third base. He's thinking about another one somewhere, I'm sure. Clearing out all the static D. That's a wrap for Boron Enthusiast. Look at the Star Sovereign coming in. Whew! Balefell clears it before it glasses anything. That was a wounded one, though. It was like half health. There's a fresh one, but the Nathracors will clean it up. Or will they? Ooh! Red is dead. That's a wrap for him. Grass Eater, on the other hand, he's holding strong for now. Rainer has established sentinels along all of the different places that you can establish sentinels. Looks like he'll be taking a third base somewhat soon. Static defense operational in the main here for Arbuz. He's been allowed to expand his setup pretty nicely, but he has put a lot of resources into clearing out the uprisings. Ahmed is very displeased with this warden placement. Well, Grass has found the carcass of the Zerg player, and hopefully Grass doesn't feel too aggrieved by that. He's going to go ahead and clear things out there. Okay, not bad, not too shabby. Orb is just going to go ahead and continue establishing defensive perimeters around his new bases. Tier 2 on the way for our Grass Eater. He's going to have to deal with this force that is slowly but surely pushing through his Hydra stack. His ramp has fallen. Might be a signal for Raineril to take a look at him, too. The Paladins have arrived. Those are going to be tough cookies to deal with there. Some Zethicors engaging the Zealots. That was not very long for this world. Oh boy. I think this amount of Goliaths, he's got some Olympians with him as well. Yeah, Raineril's looking, he's feeling good, he's looking good. The Zithalors are killing Grass Eater from the back. He never did finish the job there with all his Nathracors, try to hunt down the Gezkat Grotto that had spawned. So that will be a wrap for Grass Eater's army. He's just getting mulched. The Zealots are going to get cleared out, and that's going to be a portent of things to come as the Uprising continues to move through the right side. That's like really the main significant factor in losing a player in this game mode, is it gives so much more territory for the Uprising to appear in. So as Balothal continues to clear out the top right and secure more bases, I mean, that's going to stop that area from being overtaken by the Uprising, right? But now the Paladins are here, so they're going to have to get cleared out by some kind of melee units or air units. The Barghest is going to be very important here to try to clear the Star Sovereign. But oh, it's going after the pylon! Smart targeting there by the Uprising. There you go. That's a wrap for that. Suddenly, things are looking pretty dire here for Balothal. He's going to have to recall his other units elsewhere, I think. Arbu's continuing to just avoid fighting another human being at all costs, I've seen and noticed. His witness comes in through here. The Uprising has made its way to the doorstep of Raynarel, as Grass Eater is going to get slapped. Well, there's an autocrat here to try to take some of those reclaimed units, and reclaim some of those Uprising units. That's it for Grass. He is gonzo. Balothal trying to hold on anyway. Arbuz will start to heckle the within a Cantor. He will begin heckling the Terran position. Very unfortunate there for Arbuz. He doesn't realize how good Goliaths are. Balothal also engaging him off to the other side. Yeah. Well, Raynarel's kind of made this bed for himself, right? He's cleared out a whole position, and now there's going to be a lot more Uprising units spawning in that location. Now, thankfully for Balothal, the Paladins don't delete his stack of Barghests, and so he is able to push himself out of that tricky situation. Arbuz is really the only comfortable player here because he's insulated by the positioning of Balothal and the positioning of Raynarel against the Uprising hordes. Star Sovereign makes its presence known yet again. That is going to be... Well, I mean, it's not exactly splendid for Raynarel to lose Goliaths in this situation, but he's able to kill it fairly cost-efficiently. Watchdogs are going to clear out those Gorgs just fine. Looks like one of them almost dies, but will be repaired post-haste. And Raynarel's going to dedicate some more units to try to clear this position. Look at that, a Star Sovereign spawner right there in front of us all. I'm sure bottom left is just crawling with them. Bottom right soon to be as well. 28 Barghests have been dispatched to try to clear this out. I mean, I guess it's as good as anything when you have that many. Holding the bridge here is Raynarel. Will he cross it? That's a question for another time, perhaps. He doesn't have an autocrat here, so he's not really going to be able to frontline reinforce the way he probably wants to versus all these bad boys. Oh, the Gazithalors are coming. Oh, boy. So Balothal is going to continue sweeping the area. There's not too much in the Carcass of Red, but I'm sure Grass Eater's base is a bit of a different story here. And bottom right, like the deep bottom right, that is probably crawling with more of them. Grand Libraries, okay. Argosies, okay. Well, certainly predicted that. An envoy has dropped off a scribe so he can warp a nexus on the island. 12 o'clock is open for business if Arbuz wants it. Man, this bridge is a bridge of death. Goliaths are going to clear out the Gorgs as they spawn. Stockade is on this side. Achmed's Barbecue. We love that. Zethar Corps have arrived to kill top right. Unless there's some kind of scramble of a response. Looks like Amaranths came in to try to heckle the main base of Balothal. His Barghests are still 22 strong. He's lost 6 of them so far, but he is clearing this area out to stop the spawns from continuing. The problem is he needs to actually garrison that area, colonize that area, otherwise it is going to be a pretty stark end to his ability to do much of anything in that area. They'll just come back stronger. More static defense being erected by Raynarel. Meanwhile, Zethar Corps Amaranth, an interesting combination here. The Empyreans are going to try to stand tall. I think... Oh, I thought maybe that Empyrean was on a move command, but it's just that it was right on top of its target, so it was hard to see. The 23 Barghests are returning back. Look at that, he's going to grab a Gorg. Oh, it's so low, it might get sniped by the Wraiths. No, not quite. Wasn't able to reclaim the Acantor. That would have been nice, I'm sure. Double Didact. Okay, so Arbuz is going to attempt a recall. I don't see any static detection besides the Atlas. No Lodestone, no Anseal or anything. I think Rainaril will probably get quite surprised by that. On the other hand, I don't think Balethal is in a position to actually die to the Uprising, but he did lose his ability to expand top right safely. The Witnesses are everywhere right now for Arbuz. He's got plenty of attack paths he can plan if he wants to use Recall. Yeah, the Vargas count is quite high right now. They're not really individually the strongest unit, but he's up to 35 of them. As long as he steers clear of splash damage, he should be just fine. The Didacts considering where they should go as, well, there's going to be Rainaril just continuing his conquest down here in the bottom left, but there's plenty to greet him. Plenty to tie him down and slow his advance and keep himself distracted. He's got nothing coming from the production here. Well, let's see what happens. I don't know. He's right on top of the Atlas. That will detect him, but yeah, Rainaril hasn't noticed it yet. He's only going to see it now. He's recalling the middle. Oh, the whole army's going to warp through. The whole army's going to warp through, boys. It's beautiful. It's exactly what we hoped to see. Rainaril stepping forward. He's got some reinforcements, including an autocrat. I don't think it's going to be enough. He will absolutely lose his ministry. Good stasis there from one of the Didacts. Oh, no, the Barghests have to dodge out that Paladin shot. Still 44 of them. It's actually grown since the last time we looked at it. Rainaril still gunning through the bottom left, but with nothing to stop them from just respawning, his efforts are valiant but for naught, and the Atlas is going to need to be rebuilt as well. He nearly had enough resources to get to tier 3. Autocrat doing its best to try to keep reclaiming stuff, but it was sniped and brought down. The Sentinels have been doing pretty well. They are going to be shuffled over. He needs to hold on to his natural, that's for sure, and Balethal is not yet counterattacking where Arbuz sits. So, yeah, as of right now, I mean, the Barghests have swept through. They've cleared out the Carcass of Red yet again. These units have not been recalled. Instead, Rainaril is continuing. He is doubling down. He is going to push forward even deeper. But I don't think he can break this force. I mean, the Sentinels are doing pretty good. But there's still that Empyrean. Oh, actually, you know, the Sentinels plus the Olympian, they cleared a lot of the Draconids. And there's still all these lobotomy mines as well. That's not going to be super easy here for Arbuz to clear. He will end up losing quite a bit. And this force is only now recalling, and a Cantor shot Juicy brings down some of those poor Gorgs and Goliaths, rather. And now those Gorg Cores are going to be cleared up as well. Rainaril getting slowed and stymied in his advance back home. He needed to pull this trigger on this move much faster, much quicker. That Stockade going to even slow down things even more. And his Atlas, it'll nearly finish, but it might be stopped at the last possible moment. The Barghests are continuing to explore bottom right. I don't think they're going to be able to accomplish all that much, to be honest, but maybe I'll be surprised. The Atlas finishes. It needs to get airlifted. But Rainaril hasn't noticed it just yet. He's established a third base, obviously, during a little bit before that recall came in. The Empyrean will be brought down. There's still 2 Acantors. And remember, a lot of these Goliaths are softened up from their conquest down south. Their crusade was all for naught. And I think Arbuz has successfully usurped Rainaril's position. It needed some negotiation. He calls GG. He is not able to continue. His Atlas is destroyed yet again. And that leaves us with only Balethal and Arbuz Budash. What more is there, is the question. The Hydras, the Gorgs, they're all coming in. Yeah, okay, Rainaril's just going to concede. He'll let the hordes of the Uprising descend upon Arbuz. Oh no, I don't know what happened to this horde of Barghests, but apparently nothing good. I'm judging by the presence of the Iron Foundry that was probably a Paladin. That's a lot of Balethal's strength. I mean, he's got a lot of Zealots. He is moving in to try to heckle this position at 12 o'clock. Oh, okay, a bunch of the Barghests ended up over here as well, so maybe he only left a few of them in one spot. Argus aren't superb at harassing on their own. Again, they're a force multiplier, right? And they don't bring much force of themselves. It's going to be utter chaos. I actually think that this force will get cleared over time, for sure. And in the middle of the map as well, some of Arbuz's Valiant are falling. Yeah, this 12 o'clock base will be taken care of. The Zealot spam is going to continue. The air fleet has arrived to protect the aquifer. And Balathal's thinking maybe I should take another base. You know, I secured this third base. I need a fourth. Never did get my top right online. Yeah, look at this. This force has been pretty much cleared. The Empyreans need to get the hell out of Dodge. Hey, that was a kind of a short nap there, Char. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, the Zealots are just absolutely smashing through at this point. Like, there needs to be a concerted response from... Oh, no, he's going to recall. That's his response. He's recalling his rally into the main base of Balathal. Now, he has some air units over here. The Draconans are trying to clear things out coming in from the south. If I'm him, I'm targeting those Didacs. The Zealots are still not cleared out. There's 15 of them, and there's more coming. All these random nexuses in the middle of nowhere. I guess that's Arbuz's idea of colonizing, right? Now Balathal's cracking under the weight of the incoming attack from the south. His Empyrean fleet is considerable, and Arbuz is busy bogged down by getting dealt with. He's also trying to deal with the hordes of uprising forces that are on their way. Yeah, Arbuz and Balathal spent most of this game fighting the uprising as well, so you're not alone there. Some bad timing for Grass, but that's okay. Arbuz is going to withdraw. The question is, will he outlast Balathal? And I don't know if the answer is yes. Because Balathal's Empyreans are still looking pretty healthy. If Arbuz had sniped them down or used stasis or something, he could have actually done a bit differently there, but he's losing his third base. His fourth is still looking pretty, but it is depleted. His fifth on the island, not very healthy saturation, but the hordes have not come for him yet, and he's going to try to hold them at bay. The idols are killing the Nexus. Okay, well, one Argosy has gone down. That's actually a pretty big pick-off. Balathal sending one Empyrean to deal with that. He's trying to split everything else. That pylon is going to go down. That Argosy is unpowered. We've got more units coming in. I think these Empyreans need to get the hell out of Dodge. But, indeed, the walls are going to close in around Balathal. So it looks like Arbuz will be our victor after all. The uprising has come, and it is hungry. And Balathal looking like a snack. Gobbled up. Devastated. The Paladin count too high. He's actually killed some of those units attacking him on the other side, but there goes one of the Empyreans. Gezis are continuing to assert their dominance. Oh, another Nexus will go down. But yeah, I don't think Arbuz will be broken anytime soon. I think he's done enough to destabilize Balathal that the incoming hordes of uprising forces are going to clear things out. I don't know what happened to that. Did that Empyrean die? I feel like no way, right? Maybe it came back when the other forces showed up or something? Oh boy. Losing his Nexus. He's pulling back with the Empyreans, trying to do his best. Oh, there it goes. The Wardens are here, but they can't protect the Aquifer. The units are going to slowly step towards it, and so they will eventually be under duress from the Wardens, but they lose the Aquifer. The Empyreans are overwhelmed. The Gezithalor is here, but it's not going to stay at a... he's doing tricks, you know what I mean? All he has left is that Nexus in the top right. Realistically, he's trying to put a pylon wall down to stop Ahmed from breaking him, but that's not the main threat right now. Look at how many units the Uprising has to offer. Now, some of these units are going to head west. Some of these are going to try to attack the Arbu's position. I just feel like he's going to be okay. I mean, looking at his static defense, yeah. And, you know, I say some of them will head that way, but some of them will continue heading top right. And that'll be a wrap for Mr. Balefall. Especially since he wasn't able to protect that base, yeah. Poor guy. Well, Balethal has been smoked by the Uprising. And that is a wrap for him. GG, Arbus claims victory. Well, Uprising games are always a bit ridiculous in the later stages, but hopefully it was a funny enough and entertaining enough watch. I gotta go get some more videos made and move on to making some more single-player content, but thanks for joining me for Weekendwar, and we'll be back. Of course, in 2 weeks to do some more. And, you know, I'm appreciative of the fact that even though we didn't quash all of the desyncs, we definitely improved that. You know, it's way less common now. So, I mean, Neblime's played 61 1v1s without any desync. You know, that's pretty good. And before that, before when we fixed like one obvious case or two obvious cases, then he had played like 20 games in a row. So you can kind of count it as like 81, you know, close to 100. But pretty good stuff. You know, if it only ever occasionally breaks on FFAs, then I'd say that's still a very significant improvement. So yeah, that's going to be a wrap for me. I'll continue to work on those problems and fix them up over time. I think that's a great success so far. I'm definitely appreciative of it. We got more exciting stuff coming up. So until then, I'll see you guys later.